Hello, good evening. Welcome to our webinar with Swiss Gold Global. This is Claudia here, Claudia Eifert. Welcome from Germany. And I know we have a lot of people from all around the world listening too. So hello to all of you. I know it's very early over there in Australia, so it's really great that you can attend. Maybe it's even before you go to work or start your day. So it's wonderful to have you here. A lot of people from Europe, United States, Canada, and parts of Africa. Hello to all of you. And let me look if you see if I have our founder and CEO on the call. He's going to call in from Dubai, so he will be there logging in from Dubai, as usually not having the best connection, but you will come on board. Our founder and CEO, Bill Rowell, which you see here on this slide, on your slide share. So we have also lots of, I see here in the chat messages, people from YouTube listening, all the guys who are streaming it on YouTube. Thank you for spreading the message, and also all of you guys who spread the word in Facebook. Wonderful to have you also streaming on Facebook. Yes, hello to London, to you, Sean, I believe Susanna as well. So all of you, welcome. Let's get started with this presentation. Today is a little bit different, as we always try to change a little bit our presentations. So just a quick overview. Myself, I have been with the company over 10 years now. The company is over 10 years old, was founded by Bill Rowell, a Australian citizen over 10 years ago. And we're going to show you today how to cash in, of course, from the cryptocurrency mining, and also how to, of course, get paid passively, daily, weekly, and monthly through the building of the Swiss Gold Global network. And we're going to show you how to inflation-proof your money with gold and silver. And just to, again, a little bit of a background. So Bill Rowell, he himself is a licensed precious metals dealer in the DMCC in Dubai. That's the Dubai Multi-Commodity Center. Since 2016, we engaged, or Swiss Gold Global engaged in the cryptocurrency mining, and really the reason for that was because as a traditional gold company or gold or silver precious metals company, really built sort of vision and what's going on in the cryptocurrency space, and especially, of course, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course, the game changer, which has started this whole movement, and really on the purpose of achieving freedom, meaning access. What we have been teaching since many years, gold and silver buys your freedom. If the person, of course, who has gold and silver has all the money. I mean, since years, since ages, basically, we know gold and silver is always stable. It's the best hedge against inflation. And of course, when Bitcoin came in space, it had the same characteristics such as gold has in one sense. Why? Well, because it is non-government based. Basically, it's decentralized, and therefore it cannot be manipulated by any government. When you own Bitcoin, of course, you own it, you are the owner. The same with gold and silver, and therefore, when it cannot be manipulated, such as gold cannot be manipulated, well, it usually always presents a store of value. So those are things and reasons why Swiss Gold Global in 2016 partnered with the largest cloud mining company, and that is Genesis Mining. That's the largest cloud mining company. They're the largest in, of course, GPU rigs, in basically mining altcoins, and in Bitcoin, one of the largest. In fact, right now, basically, the guy you see to my right, he is right now speaking at the Consensus, at the large blockchain event in New York about mining. So they are really represented in all the big newspapers about crypto, all the big magazines, all the big conferences. Marco is speaking there on behalf of Genesis Mining, and we of course plugged into them. They deliver the mining for us, and you see Bill Rawl, our founder, in one of their many mining factories basically they have. This one is purely GPU rigs, is purely Ethereum mining. Now you don't, for all you new guys, don't need to understand yet what is GPU rigs or what is all that. All what you need to learn is how to make money through that, and all the rest is going to come. Everything will come step by step, and the more the understanding into technology. All you really need to understand is, well, how do you gain access to that Bitcoin? How can you gain gold and silver? And how can you, of course, build a wealth foundation so that you have an inheritance for your children's basically. So the company products and services, as you see, gold, silver from Argo-Rios. Argo-Rios is the largest gold company, gold refining company in the world. It's a LBMA, London Bullion Market Associated refinery, meaning they certify the other refineries for their purity and standards. That's the only one of five, or there's only five refineries in the world, and none of them is US based. They're all Switzerland, Germany, one is in Japan. And they make 20% of the world's annual gold production, so pretty big. We have access to their gold, and we sell it to you for 2.97% above market spot price, which is absolutely incredible, amazing. And of course, the cryptocurrency mining contracts are provided through Genesis, and Swissquote Global has an affiliate revenue income stream for these people who wish to market the products and services and generate income through the marketing of the products of services in Swissquote Global. And we do have also a Swissquote Global Academy where you really transform your life through the facilitated coaching programs from very renowned coaches. I mean, you have the whole knowledge library of Bob Proctor in your back office once you become an affiliate. Bob Proctor, of course, the renowned star of the movie The Secret, and Beyond the Secret and many other movies. He has been interviewed by Letterman, he was on this show, he was in Ellen DeGeneres and whatsoever, so pretty big. We have also the monthly coaching programs of Carolita Oliveros. She co-wrote the Financial Education System of Robert Kiyosaki, which all you know from Rich Dad Poor Dad, and of course much more. But let's get into why you should own gold and silver and why you should be engaged in mining. Now, understand we are living in a changing world. I mean, digital technologies literally change the way how we live. I mean, ask a young guy to take his cell phone away and you basically have a war. So you can't do that. And yet at the same time, of course, we see paper money is being replaced by digital currency more and more. On the other hand side, we have a world certainly in debt. I mean, we have whole countries falling into bankruptcy, declaring bankrupt. We had, of course, Puerto Rico, we had Greece, we have certainly Venezuela, which is in a very difficult situation. So we have lots of countries which are not really well off. The world basically is in a financial prison. We see tough realities such as job shortages, stagnant wages, and at the same time rising prices. So when you look at the young people, they are living in a ninja generation that comes from the movie Wall Street. No income, no jobs, and no assets. If you ask any young person if they have any assets, they probably will tell you no, unless they are on Bitcoin. Most people are, especially when we look in the United States, they may have a degree, but they have huge student loans, which they have to pay back, and they're unable to pay back, and they have to take jobs in Starbucks and McDonald's and whatsoever. So we basically see also in a generation, an older generation, not being able anymore to retire in their retirement age. They have to go on and work. I mean, this morning myself, I was shocked. you know, it really touches you sort of when you see elderly people have to distribute it. That happened to me this morning. Some, you know, those, not newspapers, it's this stuff which they put in under the doors, so with all those advertisements, those papers. And you know, they're probably going to get paid maybe 200-300 euros, and they have to do that each and every day. I really was like, oh my God, I really felt for them, you know, being in their age and having to carry those newspapers. So, but we see that more and more, and we see it this other hand side also, you know, young people, middle-aged people, like never before, older people, being really modern slave, in burden and debt on their credit cards, not be able to even pay back their fees on it. And so this is really what we call modern slavery. So you may ask, well, you know, and so what? Why should I care? Well, you certainly should care, because you got to understand that our monetary system, and I really do not care where you guys are from. I don't care if you're from Nigeria. I don't care if you are from UK, Germany, US, Canada, Argentina, Venezuela, Bolivia. Our monetary system is in a house of cards. So you got to ask yourself the question, why do you work? You're working under an unjust system. The money you receive for your work is constantly losing its value, meaning you collecting this paper currency, whatever the currency you collect, which is constantly losing its value. And you've got to understand inflation and money, what money really represents. And currency, such as, of course, the United States dollars and the others, is not really money. And as Alan Greenspan once, the president of the Fed, Federal Reserve Bank, said, as the supply of money increases relatively to supply of tangible assets in the economy, prices must eventually rise. And in the absence of gold, of the gold standard, which of course, it's long time past that gold is not anymore pegged to the US dollar. In the absence of gold standard, there's no way to protect your savings from confiscation for inflation, and there's no safe store of value. So only if you held gold, then you would have a hedge against inflation. Only if you held gold. So how much gold are you holding? Do you have any gold? And that is really the point we are making. And of course, we have a lot of people in cryptocurrency, which is really great. Yet it is always better to have you know, various hedges against inflation. So not just to have all eggs in one basket. And when we look at further, of course, here, inflation and money, inflation, to really understand it, is an increase in money supply. What had happened the last years? Well, continuously QE1, QE2, QE3, quantitative easing, more money was printed out of thin air. That's really what we have seen the last years. So inflation, is actually not an increase in prices. Increasing prices is the effect of inflation. That's the effect of inflation. You got to really digest those words. Inflation is an increase in money supply. That is what has happened. And so all our currencies, British pound, euro, where I live under, well, they are pegged to the US dollar. The US dollar is the global currency of the world. Well, what's happening now? China doesn't want to accept anymore the US dollar, the greenback. They want to trade with Venezuela, you know, for oil, oil and gold, and yuan, and euro, and so on. I mean, with all the other countries as well. But so they don't want to accept anymore that US dollar. Why is that, you may well ask? And so all this has to do, so if you're earning fiat currency, that's my point, that's the point which we have been making since 10 years. If you only rely on your paper currency, only rely on that, you are not creating wealth. As simple as that. You're not creating wealth. So ask yourself the question, when was the last time you sat down and figured out the following? How long will you live? What type of life do you want to live now? When do you want to retire? How many years does it give you to finance your retirement? How much do you want to monthly now and in retirement? And do you want to make less than you do now? Because most people, they don't even realize once they go to pension, they are actually receiving a lower pension, meaning they make less money than they were making when they were working. But yet we are supposed to live our golden lives with, of course, enough money to make those great travels, those great holidays we couldn't do when we were working because there was no time. Isn't that the point? So ask yourself those questions and then look at what, the great Warren Buffett, of course, everybody knows him, says. He said he sees a brutal damage for savers from central bank money printing. What did we just talk about before? What did we talk about? We talked about the increase of money supply, the printing of more money. And so when we look at, of course, a monthly income generated at a 5% return in comparison to a required bank deposit or to what, of course, let's say you're going to get if you put so much money into the bank. So let's look at here, monthly income generated at 5% return, $50. In order to get the $50 basically as a basically return, you would have to have a $12,000 deposit in order to get your $50 monthly return, don't you? Let's look at if you want to get a little bit more. Let's say you want to get a $625 deposit, basically monthly. You need to have at least $150,000 as a required bank deposit. Or when we look at the 5,000, well, you need to have 1.2 million in your bank in order to get that, or even more at a 1%. I mean, this is calculated on a more percentage, but in the US, I think they give you 1% and a bank deposit. So you got to have pretty big much money in your bank account in order to get that. But with Swissquote Global and through mining and through, of course, the income generation system, you can create that kind of monthly income very, very easy in comparison to already having 1.2 or 6 million in your bank account. And that's what we're going to talk about in, of course, that next slides. But I really want you to understand why you need to own gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I mean, gold, we know, has held its value over thousands of years. And what's matter is not the price, but the buying power. So in Roman times, you could dress yourself beautifully with basically with an ounce of gold, which is a little piece of gold, 31 gram. You could dress yourself. Today, or 100 years ago, you could dress yourself beautifully with that same ounce of gold. At the same time, 100 years ago, you needed $20 to buy 1 ounce of gold. So if your grandmother or your great-grandmother would have saved $20 instead, what could you buy today with $20? Yet, with 1 ounce of gold, which currently is worth like $1,300, you could still dress yourself beautifully. So you understand now that gold always held its purchasing power, and the same goes to silver. The same, or another example I have here for Starbucks. I mean, everybody knows Starbucks, obviously. And in the year 2000, one coffee would cost you, a black coffee would cost you like $1. Today, that doesn't cost any more $1 a coffee. I mean, today it costs you $4 one coffee in Starbucks. So you probably want to get, for $1, you're going to get like a little third of a cup of coffee. Yet, if you look at gold prices, in the year 2000, gold was priced at $279 1 ounce. 1 ounce is 31 grams. So 1 gram would cost you $9. You could buy 9 cups of coffee. Well, today, as I said, one coffee at Starbucks, it's $4. So you need more paper. Remember, more paper money. So gold is priced at $1,325, roughly per ounce. 1 gram is $42. So today, it buys you 10.5 cups. So you're actually getting even more coffee now, basically with your gold. And that is the difference which so many people don't really get. So they really need to have it explained like this, that you really see, hey, hang on a second. I'm earning that US dollar, I'm earning that pound, I'm earning that euro, I'm earning that naira, I'm putting it away, I'm saving it, but yet I'm actually saving in something which constantly is losing its value. It doesn't really make sense. Why not better put part of it, not all. All the rich and wealthy people, the generational wealthy, they have 5%, 10% in gold or silver. Why don't put some aside in gold or silver? Some of the more heavier weighted, they putting maybe 20% in gold or silver. So not everything, but at least something. And as they said last year in the Cayman Investment Forums, they said either Bitcoin or gold will represent actually the future store of value. So why not have some? With us, you can purchase physical grams of gold and silver from as little as $25 onwards. If you would say to me, well, Claudia, you know what? I don't really, I really don't have anything which I could put aside. Come on, a few Starbucks coffee less, a few burgers or donuts less, and you could put $25 aside. Imagine you would put $25 aside each and every week or each and every month. Over years, over time, we are 10 years around already, you would have an amazing nest egg. And you buy, of course, the gold and silver for 2.97 above market spread, which is amazing. And if you want to sell it back because you need in fiat currency, you need money, you can sell it back. And affiliates don't even have a sellback fee, so they get the next day spot price. You also can buy gold or silver with Bitcoin. Very simple. If you have Bitcoin or if you generated Bitcoin through mining, you can buy gold and silver with that. Now, Bitcoin, many people ask, well, I want to buy Bitcoin, or what is better, buying Bitcoin or mining Bitcoin? Well, there's two ways. You can buy Bitcoin from an exchange, which is okay, or you can mine Bitcoin with us. So mining Swissquote, with Swissquote Global, obviously we are partners with Genesis Mining. They provide us the mining. Their farms are situated all over the world. They have very big, large amounts of orders, which provide, of course, lower prices for Genesis in hardware, etc. And they have a huge technical team. And of course, the advantages of mining, there's many advantages to mining with a cloud mining company than mining for your own at home. If you really want to be profitable, you need very cheap electricity. You need to make sure, of course, that you have a constant supply, that you have that your internet is not dropping, that 24 hours, basically 24 hours, 7 days a week, your mining equipment is actually mining. And you need to make sure when your hardware arrives, of course, that it arrives quick, that it's not broken. So all those things, there's so many variables when you mine at home, which is why it's way better to mine with us, because all this is guaranteed for you, optimum electricity rate, 100% green energy. So you see it all there. There's no additional electricity fees, no additional cooling fees. The mining farms are remotely located and supervised by absolutely high-end hardware. So all this is basically done for you. You don't have to worry about that. And the Bitcoin contracts are all open-ended contracts, meaning the specific duration of an open-ended contract is variable and determined by three factors. That's the difficulty, that is to mine the Bitcoin versus the US dollar exchange rate, which changes, of course, on a daily basis, and the maintenance fee. The maintenance fee is 28 cents per terahash or 0.00028 per gigahash. That is already taken off once you receive your daily rewards. So when you receive your daily rewards, that maintenance fee is already taking off from that, so you don't have to worry. But when you go to one of the independent calculators, so that you actually want to calculate your return, you then need to take it off there, because the independent calculators, because they're independent, they don't know what Genesis maintenance fee is. Therefore, they haven't calculated in there. They haven't factored it in. So you need to take that off. And I'm going to show that you in a second. The altcoin mining contracts, which right now are not available, they have a contract time. They run on GPU miners. They have a contract time for 24 months, but there's no maintenance fee applied. So Bitcoin, as you see here, that's the only contracts we have at the moment available. They start from 0.2 terahash. That's a very small contract, costs you $35.80. Then you can also buy a larger contract as a customer up to 5 terahash. As an affiliate, you can buy up to 15 terahash, and you see the prices for that here. So if you want to purchase more as a customer, you need to buy various times 5 terahash if you want to have 15 terahash, obviously. And then as an affiliate, if you want to have more than 15 terahash, let's say you want to have 100 terahash, you just simply have to buy more contracts of 15 terahash. And the affiliate, as you see here, the 5 terahash has a little bit of a discount price than the customer. So how does it work? It's super simple, actually. It's super easy, it takes about 10 minutes. You open a free account and get KYC compliant. You choose a contract, then you get your hash power activated, and then you start mining. That's as simple as it gets. So we have a simple system. Join, choose the plan, get started. It's pretty easy to share. You can share it with anybody all over the world, and we're going to show you how to easily calculate your mining rewards. So let's say, for example, you have a 5 terahash Bitcoin mining contract. Cost you $845, and that's what you have. So let's look at the calculation. If you go to an independent calculator such as Crypto Compare, you go there, it will always have the latest Bitcoin price, and you just there put in the hash power. So in this case, for the purpose of to show you, you put in 5 terahash. You can here change that on this little slider. You can change it to terahash, gigahash, megahash, but we of course said we work with terahash. 5 terahash cost us $845. In the power of consumption, we put in 0. The cost per kilowatt, we put 0. The pool fee, we put 0. And based on that price and difficulty rate at that day, we would receive $3.10. But that is, of course, before taking off the maintenance fee. Now, because this is an independent calculator, we need to take off the maintenance fee, which is the 28 cents per terahash. So if you have 5 terahash, well, it's 5 times 28 cents, which is $1.40. We have to take the $1.40 off the $3.10. So we would actually estimate it, our return would be roughly $1.70 or Bitcoin 0.00018. That would be our return in Bitcoin. And of course, the maintenance fee is taking off, which is a 28 cents per terahash, but of course your payments get calculated in Bitcoin, so they come to your wallet in Bitcoin. So there's always some variables, but this is basically how you calculate that. Let's look at a 15 terahash plan. Same deal. Go to the Crypto Compare, shows you the latest price. Put in the 15 terahash, delete all the things here, 0, 0, and you see, based on 15 terahash, you make $9.31 in dollars, or 0.009378 Bitcoin which you mine, and from that you do take off the maintenance fee. And so in this case, it's of course 15 times 28 cents, which is $4.20, what you got to take off. So you would arrive at a daily $5.11 net paid out, or Bitcoin 0.0053. And this is an estimate. Understand, the mining process takes 24 hours. Mining 24 hours. So in this 24 hours, of course, Bitcoin fluctuates. So at the end, when the mining day is over, you know, it could be a different mining price. And so you sometimes see a little bit of a fluctuation of that. The thresholds to pay out to your wallet are with Bitcoin 0.0035. That means, if you go back to the last slide, so when we look at the daily or here weekly, we see here basically on a 15 terahash contract based on a price of $9,928 in this case, you would make a weekly 0.0037. So that means you would get paid out to the wallet weekly. You get paid out every day, but it arrives, or it's sent to your wallet basically weekly. Okay, but you can also choose to get paid out in Litecoin, in Zcash, in Ethereum, in Dash, or in Monero, if you wish. So what makes us different? Well, we use in our platform, if you want to generate more income than just from Bitcoin mining, traditional marketing. And what is the difference in traditional marketing? Well, or basically, what is the difference between traditional marketing and social marketing? Well, in traditional marketing, of course, what people do, or marketing agencies do, they spend millions and millions on advertising. Yeah, and in social marketing or social retailing or networking, well, millions are paid each week to people who, share the message with people they like and trust. Because this is the most trusted form of marketing, which is word of mouth. When you love something, you share it, and it's a global business. There's two ways to join, as I mentioned before: customer or an affiliate, which is a person who promotes the products through marketing efforts. And the customer, when he joins in for free, purchase mining contracts, and when he refers it with other customers, direct referrals, he can earn 2.5% in more mining power bonuses. The customer can upgrade as an affiliate, and the customer can buy gold and silver wholesale price. The affiliate, though, who takes it another step further, promotes the products, he has 6 ways to get started, 6 packages to get started. Why packages? Well, he some kind buys of a license. He buys a business. Basically, he buys into a business. In order to run a business, well, if you want to open a business anywhere in the world, what do you need? You need to have some product. You may need a website. You need a store. You need something, right, to get started the business. So this is the same here. You start your business. You have 6 choices which you can join. The first 2, so there's all one-time entries, and you get, of course, product Bitcoin, gold, silver, and Bitcoin mining. The first 2 is the cheapest entries. The miner package has a small mining contract, and then each and every month, to stay active, pays $50 monthly. Gets a small mining contract each and every month added to the existing mining contracts. The silver package, he gets $50 in gold and silver and a small mining contract, and each month pays $50 to maintain his affiliate membership, which he gets 25% in silver. And the gold executive miner ambassador platinum, they have the $50 monthly paid upfront for 1 year included. For 1 year, they're active as an affiliate. Only the next year, they repurchase the $600 or 12 times $50. And of course, the difference between these packages is the executive ambassador platinum, they also qualify you for another bonus in the commission structure. The gold is a great buy. It's an annual package. But once you achieve a certain rank, you need to upgrade to one of these packages in order to get paid down more levels on your network. There are 9 ways to earn. And I'm not talking about all the 9 ways. You can watch the video. But the first one is the retail bonus. Pretty simple. You retail gold or silver, you're going to get paid. You retail crypto, you're going to get paid. You have a bonus when you bring new people, new affiliates on board. We have a uni level, that is the structure you're building bonus. We have a ranking bonus, a build to bedrock bonus, and leadership bonus, a generational bonus. And we have a bonus which, when you help people achieve ranks, well, you're going to match their check. Whatever they earn, you're going to get a percentage of 10 to 20%. And we have a global bonus pool and much more. So the retail bonus is pretty simple. All the gold and silver you sell, 1% goes to you for your direct people. And all the hash power you sell, For your direct people, you get 5%. And from your customer, if you have a customer who introduces to a customer, you're going to get 2.5% from all the indirect customers of your customers. That reflects in your bonus history as a bonus here. That's more added hash power, which mines you on a daily basis more Bitcoin or more Ethereum, as we have a case here as well. Your commissions can be paid out if you wish to have generating from the network, which are paid in dollars. You can have them paid out either to your Bitcoin wallet in Bitcoin, or you can have them paid out to your bank account. For the African people in Nigeria, we have my GT Bank. So if you're in Africa, it's pretty simple. We have a GT US dollar bank account, and Cisco Global pays you from there. It's very fast. And for all the other international people, well, usually it's an international bank wire, which costs around $30, $35 in order to wire money to you. Or you can also, with your commissions, buy more mining power or more gold and silver. Then we have, of course, the bonus for enrolling new people. So every time you enroll a new person, you actually get a fast track bonus. That's a fast cash bonus from $35 up to $500. We have a rank bonus, as I said, and we have also some golden lifestyle products, such as a golden Rolex when you achieve the top position, and global bonus pool, and much more. So if you want to build cash flow, be paid to save in gold and silver, your next step is to team up, join us, and get started. Talk to the person who referred you to this presentation, and invite them to one of the next presentation, or have them the question answered, or get them with your upline on a call who helps you, or get them basically any questions they have answered. And with that, I'm just looking if I see Bill on the call from Dubai. I'm not sure. I believe he is on the call. Bill, are you there? Can you hear me? I know I spoke too much, so sorry for that, but we don't see you.
I'm here, Claudia. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clearly.
Well, I'll turn my camera on, but I've got a feeling maybe it doesn't work so well. Anyway, welcome to everyone joining us on this particular call. It's great to be here. It's about 20 to 1 in the morning here, but I wanted to do this call in case there's any questions that people may have and would like a response. But great presentation, Claudia, a lot of content. And what questions do you have? First of all, can you hear me okay?
I do actually hear you okay, and I'm just looking at the questions right now. So just bear with me, and you guys know you have a little box there, a channel box or a chat box where you can basically ask your questions there. So let me go there and look for you. There is a question from Sean. I know it's not a question, it's just Sean is saying hello. He is logging in from London. No questions as I see so far. So maybe they are still coming in, but right now there's no questions. Wow, first time, no questions. It must have been all clear or totally unclear to you. Anyway, if you don't follow us already, connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, well, thank you so much for listening to it. Bill, any updates you have there in Dubai? I know you have been long in Dubai now, a long time, and you were in the middle of a sandstorm, you told me yesterday.
Yeah, there was a sandstorm a couple of days ago. Really, you looked out the window, it was just all sand. Of course, you couldn't see a thing. Instead of a thick fog, you had a thick sandstorm, which is quite interesting. Updates. Well, it's great to see that the Genesis Mining and our team, engineers, have started to correct the issue with the payout reporting in the back office. That's been a major, much bigger than we thought. These things had to be rebuilt from the server upwards to take these reports, which of course there's millions of reports on a daily basis that come out, because Genesis has over 2 million members, and we are substantial. We don't have 2 million, but we certainly have a lot. And of course, that's then you have variable algorithms or coins to be paid out on. So the reports on a daily basis is absolutely significant. And of course, when indexes are changed, it complicated the whole process and corrupted it. So the whole thing had to be rebuilt. But I believe I haven't looked in the last hours, but I believe the server's all been updating and it's starting to correct itself now. How's your back office looking, Claudia?
My back office is looking good. There's only the still right now since the 12th, so they have to update the 12th, which I know it's going to be updated very soon. But I have questions coming in now, and there's a question from David.
Well, just on the 12th, it's one payment on the 12th of March, isn't it? It's not. You're not talking about the 12th of May, eh?
We're talking about the 12th of May, yeah. We're talking about the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. They are not visible for all currencies in the back office as right now, but that's going to be the next step. So they will be updated soon.
Okay.
There's a question coming from David. Hi, David. David is asking, can you join without being an affiliate and build your mining packs by rebuying?
Well, of course, David. I mean, that's really one of the main principles. I mean, we're one of the few companies that allows you as a customer, without having to buy a package, where you can actually enroll. The person who introduced you to Swiss Gold Global, you would enroll with them. Actually, in fact, even a free customer can refer you, and the free customer would actually earn commission. So in your case, I don't know what the status is, but let's assume that you're a free member. You have the ability to buy gold and silver. You have the ability, of course, to buy crypto mining. You have the ability to refer your crypto mining to other members, as Claudia explained on this presentation. And if you referred it to me, Dave, and I bought a package, whatever crypto package I would buy in terahash or gigahash or megahash, you would earn 2.5% or whatever that volume of hash power that I actually purchased. So you have the ability, number of ways to compound your hash power, therefore compound your daily payout. One is, which is really important, is to share the message of Swiss Gold Global to other people. Why wouldn't you? I mean, the Bitcoin's paying out fantastic, even given the current pricing, it's still paying out very, very well. You know, 30-35% return plus on your money. In one respect, it is volatile, it does change, but that's a great return considering that the other options that you may have. So that's one way you can compound it. You get free hash power when you refer it to other people. 2.5% if you're a free member. If you're an affiliate, you get 5%. You get double the return. Plus, you get many, many other things as well if you're an affiliate member, and that only costs $50 a month. Actually, in fact, it's actually less than $50 a month, because $13 of the $50 is actually an asset. It's either going to be precious metal that's included in the $50 a month, or it's going to be crypto mining package. So the real cost to your monthly global membership to own a global business is $37 a month, a bit over $1 a day, very inexpensive. And you can compound your wealth exceptionally well, like masters like Claudia and many of our leaders do around the world. But of course, it's a matter of getting the understanding. But, you know, starting out, you can start as a free member. You can share and earn. As you get more familiar with how it all works, you can upgrade to be an affiliate member. And also, as you earn your commissions, let's say your daily payouts on Bitcoin, you could actually take those payouts, of course, let them accumulate and use your Bitcoin to actually buy other packages to further compound your payouts, because that's really what your question was. So yes, you can do that.
And Bill, there's another question coming. That's why I put a slide up from Daniel. Hi, Daniel. 15 terahash, how much in US dollars? Well, 15 terahash, it's there in US dollars. It's 2,385 US dollars. And another question for you, Bill, from Reggie. Hi, Reggie. Reggie is asking, is it possible we might get some pictures of your ventures in Dubai or all these conferences you attend and you go to use for marketing tools?
Probably not, Reggie. Sorry to say. No, listen, I know Claudia kicks me all the time because I don't do enough of this. I understand you as marketers, you need to have this. But going into the DMCC, first of all, cameras aren't allowed where we go. And even the other authority I'll be going to Abu Dhabi on Thursday. No, I don't think these authorities would permit that. I mean, I could do other things, but you know, what we're working on, I don't want to disclose too much either. And then, of course, the third parties I'm associated with, I don't think they want to be all over maybe social media or Facebook as well. I don't mind it. I should do more. I know that. It's really my role to do more, because I know people like Claudia are always yelling at me, you've got to do short videos, this and that. And I'm here with a bullion banker, Philip Judge, as well at the moment. So before we leave, I'll do an interview with him we speak about precious metals. He has a long history in precious metals. He's the CEO and founder of a fully regulated gold fund, and the relationship to cryptocurrency. So we can do that. But you're absolutely right, Reggie. You people do need to have more content from me, and I'm a little bit silent and a bit slack on that, I know. So my apologies, Reg.
And another question comes from Sean. Hi, Sean. He's asking, silver seems a good buy based on price. Absolutely. Do we see that silver might go above $20 mark in 2018?
Well, none of us have a crystal ball, but if you look at the gold-silver ratios, I mean, we could talk about this all night. This would be a good question for Philip, actually. Maybe we do this in the interview, actually. I'm a buyer of silver, okay? And we have many of our members who buy silver. But this is a long-term hold, long-term diversification. I know Claudia also likes to buy gold and silver, but we're not really speculating. We're doing this maybe for a 2, 3, 4, 5 year plan. The good thing is, though, if you need to liquidate, you have the easy ability to liquidate. But to answer your question, you know, even if you look at the gold-silver ratios, I mean, it takes, I think it's around, I haven't looked at the ratios for some time, but I'm sure silver's still over 70 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. And given what's going on in the world right now, the geopolitical, the trade wars and different things, I mean, really the gold pricing and silver pricing is truly, you know, it's amazing. It's still where it is. It hasn't broken out, but that's also a highly manipulated industry as well, but through the non-physical market. What I mean by that is through the futures exchange, they can trade contracts, they can sell contracts short, and therefore manipulate the price. And we actually see a little bit of this creeping in, I believe, when it comes to Bitcoin as well, because they can now trade this on the CBOE, Chicago Board Options Exchange, and the CME, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is the largest futures or derivative contract trade exchanges in the world. So there's lots of influences there. I would certainly like to see silver above $20. I mean, demand and supply, the world economies. Listen, have a long-term hold on it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But I certainly hold silver. I certainly hold gold. I have a long-term view on it, and you know, I certainly. You listen to many of the experts. I mean, it's been, you know, broke $50 in 1980. It broke $50 an ounce in 2011. Gold broke $1,900 in 2011. You know, just if you factored in the inflation, gold should be well over $2,500 to $3,000. So, I believe in time maybe the fundamentals will realign itself, and maybe those prices will come back into play. But when will this happen? I really don't know. But it doesn't bother me because I see it as an insurance policy, and I put a little bit here. I do a constant little bit of buying, you know, when I can, and just build it up, build that reserve up, and it's there. And of course, if you need some, because it is an insurance policy, it's very important that you can liquidate it, which is great. And as an affiliate member, there's zero fees. Whatever money, the sell price at the London Bullion Market we get, that's the price that you get, and without any fees charged.
It's actually a big thing. I heard the other day, I mean, there's some other companies, of course, who, you know, I don't want to get into detail, but, you know, what we actually have is pretty awesome, solid. So you literally, I mean, you buy the gold and silver as an amazing price, first and foremost. You can just have it there and hold it into physical grams. You don't need to necessarily convert it into a product or have it shipped to you. You can just hold it there, and then if you really are the need, you can sell it back. So easy. You just need to get your credit card approved, and then you can sell it back. It's pretty easy. So while other companies where they really cash in big time, they don't tell you that necessarily, but they do cash in big time is when when you want to sell back. I mean, any gold jeweler, of course, you go there privately, or any of the other online companies which are there where you can sell your gold. You know, this is where they pick the big margins, and this is where, of course, is just.
It's a very good point, Claudia. Sorry for ever speaking. There's a time issue here, but that's a very important point. I mean, a couple of things. First of all, the sellback is most companies, the spreads will be 30%. I've walked into refineries. I know you have as well. Into a refinery, like a Royal Mint or something like that, the equivalent of a government mint, a sovereign mint. You buy a gold coin or a gold collectible there, or silver one, walk out the door, walk straight back in and sell it back to them, and you have a look at the spread price on the difference. It's probably 30%. The other thing where people are not educated is, and get caught out, they like to buy 1 grams or small ingots, which is fantastic, of course. Diversification is important. I mean, a good delivery bar is 12.5 kilos or 400 troy ounces, which is what, just under $500,000. So, but the point about it is, first, most people don't have it. Secondly, is if you want to liquidate, it's very hard to liquidate. That's why we specialize in small bars. But to give you a bit of an idea, let me just do some mathematics here with you to build this picture up, because it's really important to know that. And there's a video on our YouTube channel called Product and Pricing Integrity, I think it is. It's an old video. I probably should update it. But it will teach you a lot about this. But primarily, if the gold price, let's say it's $1,300 an ounce, which is roughly where it is now. And let's say the gold price at $100 an ounce, which is 31 grams to an ounce. That means that a gram price is around about $40, $41 a gram. Now, you're buying, when you convert, which means you've got to convert, the refinery has to produce this ingot, okay? The spot price is not a physical price. The spot price is purely just a non-physical price. If you bought a futures contract and wanted to take physical delivery of your gold, you'd have to pay a price over the top of that obviously for production and different things. Well, it's the same with us. You buy your gold at 2.97% above the market spot, which is very, very, very cheap. You then, of course, you have a production cost depending upon the size of the bar or design of the concept that you actually have. This is the production cost. So you pay the same price for a 10 gram primarily, or a 5 gram ingot, what you do for 1 gram. But 1 gram has an intrinsic value of $40. Now the conversion price is $20. So $20 cost to produce it, on top of the intrinsic value, the metal value or the melt value is $40. That's putting you at 50% above the market spot already. So when you buy small grams of gold from different companies, you're paying top price for that. First of all, you're definitely at least 50% over the market spot price straight away, which means the market's got to move 50% when you want to do sell back. And look at the spreads, it's probably going to move 80% in your favor before you can sell back and have a positive return, if you're looking at it that way. However, if you selected a larger ingot to buy, such as a 1 ounce, which is 31 grams, or 50 gram bar, or 100 gram bar, or even a 5 gram bar. A 5 gram bar currently has an intrinsic value of just over $200, but the production cost is still $20. So instead of having a 1 gram bar at $40 and the cost is $20 to produce it, which is 50% over spot, now you have a 5 gram bar, which is costing you maybe $20 to produce, but you have over $200 of intrinsic value, which brings the percentage over spot, reduces it right down. That's the smart way to buy. So, and most, if you wanted to sell your gold, if you're in the US or in Australia or somewhere in Asia, if you took a 5 gram or 10 gram bar, jewelers or different pawn shops, they don't have the cash there. They wouldn't be able to do it for a good delivery bar, $500,000. But certainly, bars up to a few $1,000s, I don't think that would be too much of a problem if you wanted to actually liquidate. Of course, you have it stored with us. We liquidate it straight back for you anyway. But I just wanted to speak about that. But that's really important on the pricing. The second factor is on gold. Just look what the central banks are doing around the world. When I'm speaking about central banks, I'm talking about the eastern part of the world primarily. I'm talking about Russia. I'm talking about Turkey. I'm speaking about China significantly. The amount of gold these countries are buying in their central bank. There's a reason why they're doing this. Who owns the gold rules? And we're seeing a huge geopolitical shift happening in the world in the monetary system. Now we have crypto thrown in there as well. We're in uncertain times, and during uncertain times, it's nice to have a bit of high liquid, true, secure wealth. And gold really fills that gap, or fills that risk in one sense. It's very important to have. So I just wanted to touch on that, Claudia.
Thank you, Bill. And I don't see any more questions coming. So are we in the US? Yes, we are in the United States. No, there's no more questions coming for that. With that, Bill, I know it's really late in Dubai, so I want that you go into bed and have you well-deserved sleep, because you have a long day tomorrow again. So thank you all to your listeners, and plug in today's meetings. We do them twice a week. We do them Tuesday and Saturday, so that you can get educated and share it with your friends. As I said, we have a Facebook group. We are on Twitter. We are on Instagram. Get your question answered. Join us. wish you happy mining and a happy day. And of course, diversify, 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 diversify. Remember, there's questions I ask you in this presentation. And the end is really, what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to take action? Or are you going to just have listened to it and it's going to pass you by and you're not going to do no action? If you're not doing no action, well, nothing is going to really change for you. So with that, I want to say goodbye. Thank you so much. And thank you, Bill, as well. And thank you, Susanna Martin from UK. Yes, thank you to you as well. You just sent a message. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everybody, and bye-bye.
Claudia, thank you so much as always. Thanks for everyone joining us. And the other point I'd just like to close with, be engaged, do what you've got to do, but also manage your risk. Really important that you do that, okay? But much success to all of you. It's heading into very exciting times. Okay, good night to all of you. Bye-bye.